So testing the audio real quick. Okay, so it's working. So, ladies and gentlemen, after a few weeks of break, we are finally back for the main Formula 1 Championship event here in F1 Total. Now it is time for season number 15 in this league's history. It's crazy, we've been racing in this league since 2018 and now we're in 2024, 6 years of racing and 15 seasons. So I welcome you to now season 15 in Division 1 for F1 Total. It is your commentator once again, BS Gabri, now back into the commentary box. And well, I will try, unlike last season, to try and commentate all of the races possible this season. I didn't exactly do that last season because I offered myself to reserve sometimes as a driver. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna do that this season as well, but we'll see how the season goes. But now we can remember last season how it ended. Jeremy winning the championship, his second title in his career by a singular point on Felix after some serious decisions. Nevertheless, it was Jeremy coming out on top by 1 point, winning the championship, and him and Sully winning the constructors as well in Ferrari. And Jeremy and Sully are once again teammates, this time in Mercedes, and their main competitors, Felix and Jonathan, as well, back to be teammates again for another season, and now with the V-Cub team. So the drivers are still the same, the pairings are still the same, just a different livery for the both of them, but I am sure we will see some exciting racing nonetheless. And also a shout out, a very important shout out to PC Willy, the legend, coming back to league racing after I think about at least a year of break that I haven't seen anywhere near a Formula 1 game, but he's back, one of the OGs, both in Division 1 and Division 2, so it's great to see him back. So I absolutely cannot wait to see what performance he can put today. But now qualifying is underway. 15 minutes or so, plenty of time. And well, as you can see, we are here at Albert Park, Melbourne, Australia, where used to be the season opener in real life Formula 1. Used to be like in the good old days. Like in the Schumacher era, 2000s, and it kept being the season opener up until 2019, if I'm correct, because then well, except for 2020, from 2021 the season opener became Bahrain, and Australia was the third round. But like the old fans do remember Australia as the season opener in Formula 1, and it will be the season opener again in 2025, so it's great to see. And well, we're doing the same now, the season opener for season 15, so it's a great track to start, and also especially on this game, because well, the cars got significantly faster than F1 23. They got significantly more grippy. They have a lot of grip compared to last year, especially on the front. So the cars just absolutely fly around every corner, left and right. If I'm correct, the chicane of turn 9 and 10, I believe, I'm pretty sure it can be taken flat. I'm just checking the map. Yes, it is turn 9 and 10, so yeah, obviously an extremely fast section now. And also the fact that there is 4 DRS zones at this track, so yeah, the layout changed because there was a chicane after what is now turn 8. There used to be a chicane, but now it's just completely flat out to the DRS on the right side with the right hander. So yeah, it just kept getting faster and faster every year. So yeah, I'm gonna put my opinion on this. I actually like driving Australia. I I enjoy it. There's some drivers, like the majority of drivers, don't exactly like this track. I do. It's fun to drive and to race, so I absolutely don't mind it. So yeah, because it is also, well, it is a street track, but it's not the classic idea of a street track. It's not. I mean, if you think about a street track, one of the first options that might come to your mind could be Monaco, Singapore, Baku, all that stuff. Not exactly Melbourne, because it's a street track, yes, but it kind of looks like a permanent circuit. It has that vibe, that look, that makes it again a pretty enjoyable circuit in my opinion. So I'm glad that I'm gonna drive this track too in Division 2 next week for the Division 2 opener on Wednesday. But now we will focus on the present Saturday, Division 1, which I'm fairly confident is gonna see another title fight between Felix and Jeremy. Well, there is Car Tracer, but he, after dominating F1 23, he kind of lost his form in the first season on F1 24. But I don't know, maybe we'll see some surprises, we don't know yet. But now I am seeing many drivers invalidating their lap times. I have to say, it is easy. Yes, there's no way around it. It is an easy track to invalidate, especially when you're going so fast this year. It's not exactly surprising to see this many invalidations, but at the same time, it just emphasizes how precise you have to be at this track to be fast. So we will also need to watch out for penalties in the race, I reckon. But now we are still in qualifying, and at the moment it is Jeremy fastest with a 15.9, and Edwin in P2 is 3/10 off. Felix invalidated his previous run, so did PC Willie, so did Sean Wall. Catch Racer is on the outlap, Bazooka still in the pits. So yeah, we are currently watching Felix, and massive snap from Felix at the exit of turn 4. Yeah, massive snap. I think it just completely ruined this lap. Let's see who's closest. I think Catcher is closest to the line. Okay, so we will now watch the winners of Catch Racer. 10 minutes left into qualifying. Well, still plenty of time, but only 4 drivers with a lap, so we need to wait on these 5 to complete that. But now we can see Catch Racer again across turn 1 and 2 and being very precise on the track limits curbs. You have to actually mount them quite a lot if you want the optimal line, so we might see a lot of soft suspensions in a setup, well, if you're planning on taking out the curbs. But if you're planning on like getting rotation and having a stiff car that can just change direction very quickly without losing its balance, we might see stiff suspensions instead. So yeah, Australia is not exactly the easiest track in terms of finding the right setup, because there is also a big difference about what you need from the car between qualifying and the race. They require completely different things, so finding that compromise, you have to really dig in deep to try and find that optimal setup to be that fast. Now we can see Catch Racer across the line. The fastest lap at the moment is 15.9, and Catch Racer goes just below it between Jeremy and Edwin. Catch Racer is in P2, so 40 thousandths ahead of Edwin, but still 3/10 behind Jeremy. Felix with his previous lap, well, yeah, he made a snap, so obviously now he's the slowest lap time set. But it's only like 20 to 30 thousandths from his teammate, so it's not exactly a shame. I mean, even if he started P9, it's not exactly a shame because, well, 9 drivers, you could gain that quite easily. So let's see the positive side of not having many drivers united. You can make up positions easily. Like if you make a mistake, you don't lose that much. So let's see the bright side. Now, PC Williams' first lap, it's 6/10 of pole and in P5 between Sully and Jonathan. We got Shamul going again after invalidating his previous run. So now we can see the Williams starting sector 2, turn 6 and 7, now 8. There we go, this is where the chicane used to be, but now it's just a flat out right-hander. DRS enabled. And now finishing sector 2, starting sector 3. The chicane 9 and 10. I think it's the fastest chicane on the Formula 1 calendar. I cannot think of any other track that has such a fast chicane. I mean, you take it in 7th or 6th gear depending on your speed and driving style. It's quite fast. But now braking for turn 12 and now into 13, 14, the last one. Get a exit. DRS for Shamul. His first valid lap will be 16.4 in P5 between Sully and PC Willy. So now this leaves Bajka being the only driver without a lap, but he's about to finish his first one. 6 minutes left. There is still plenty of time to do another run. Bajka in the Ferrari, DRS enabled. It's gonna be a 16, probably a 17, yeah, 16.2. Quite a gap between him and Felix. So Felix now down in P8, well obviously he still needs to correct that mistake after turn 4, but nevertheless he's the penultimate car on track at the moment. So, I mean, in terms of bankers, VCARB is not looking great, but it's not bankers what matters, it's the final lap that could actually matter for pole position, but that pole position doesn't exactly look easy. 3/10 between Edwin and Jeremy, and Edwin is improving only by 53 thousandths after sector 1, and I think I might have seen a very slight slide from Edwin there. Well, oh yeah, 1.7 seconds, definitely not ideal. Shamur is back into the pits and slowing down massively. I think is out of fuel. Bajka is still on the in lap. And with 5 minutes left, we might just be approaching the final runs of qualifying. So now we can see Bajka into the pits, Edwin will be into the pits soon. There we go, all the cars into the pits. We can see the Aston Martin mechanics working on the car to put it into the garage. And let's see, the clock says 4 minutes. So let's see who's gonna be the first car to come out on track. And I think we might see that anytime soon. But no movement yet. Maybe someone is trying to adjust their setup like that little you can adjust under Parc Fermé. There you go, we got movement in the Williams garage. It's... who is that? It's not Sean. Who is that? Why can I... Yeah, it was Sean. For some reason, it didn't let me see. So yeah, Sean Mull, with 3 minutes left, he will be the first driver to set their last lap here in qualifying. Currently P5, 5/10 of pole. Jeremy, now the only driver to be into the 115s. 15.951 for the Mercedes driver, currently on pole, and Edwin looks like to be the runner-up. But let's remember, many of these drivers only have a banker set, so there is quite a big margin of improvement left. There we go, now we can see the rest of the grid coming out on track now. Jeremy just behind. And Felix as well, right behind his, well, probably championship rival. I'm just repeating what was last season's situation. They were championship rivals last season. I think they will still be rivals in this season as well, but we never know. The thing about league racing is that you never know anything. It's always unpredictable. Even if you think you might know what happens, you actually don't. But now we will be on board with the Williams of Sean Mull for a lap around Melbourne in Albert Park, Australia, on main straight, 8th gear and braking downshifting into 5th, and watch out for the track limits curb, but he gets it very nicely. And now 6th gear, DRS enabled, and about to finish sector 1, braking for turn 3. And now watch out for the traction into turn 4, a little bit of a lift, so you can the curb on the exit, flat out into turn 5, sector 1 is about to end, and it's improvement of 72 thousandths. Now 6th gear for turn 6 and 7, very fast indeed, use the overtake, stay on the inside as much as possible. 7th gear now, DRS will be enabled just before the end of sector 2, which is coming up right now. And improving by 1.5 seconds. Now 7th gear, flat out into turn 10, DRS on the exit, still use the energy, stay on the inside as much as possible, get a little bit of slipstream now on the outside to brake and position yourself nicely into turn 11. Now let's see, turn 12, does it take it flat? Yes it does, very nicely. And now brake for turn 13, watch out to not lock up the front tires, and now watch out for the traction, turn 14, DRS, ERS enabled on the exit. Sean Mull across the finish line, can he get pole position? No he can't, but he gets very close, at 16.2 and 3/10 of a pole position. Jeremy has invalidated, so he will not improve. He is still on pole position, but he lost out on a chance to improve on that. Now we got Felix across the line, improving by 5/10. Now approaching turn 2, but he got a lot of curb on the inside of turn 12. I don't know if that might have not been enough. Felix across the line, DRS is enabled. Can he steal pole position? Yes he can. 15.8, improving by 1 second. Felix reclaims pole position out of Jeremy, so he will start in P1, and Jeremy still on the front row, but not on the position he wanted. Bazooka retired across the line for some reason, so we got the Aston Martin of Edwin, who invalidated, so he's not gonna improve. We got Catch Racer across the line, improving by 51 thousandths, so it might just be enough to get pole position out of nowhere. Catch Racer improves on the final sector. I have no idea where he found that time. It's a 15.7 for Catch Racer in the Williams to get pole position, 29 thousandths ahead of Felix, and Jeremy gets knocked out of the front row. Sean Mull will not be improving with his invalidated lap time. Edwin will start in P5, just 5 thousandths behind Sean Mull. Sully in P6, PC Willie in P7 on his return. Jonathan 1 second off of pole, about 1 second of his teammate in P8. Bazooka will start in P9. There we go. Catch Racer apparently back on form, getting that pole position, and this sub 3 looks like the closest battle we will see. I mean, we got Sean Mull and Edwin quite close, but these sub 3 look like the main race win contenders. So yeah, the pace is absolutely not lacking. So that's why I'm expecting an exciting race. Despite the 9 drivers, I know that these guys are still gonna give it their absolute best, and we got a German podium at the moment. It's only qualifying, it's not the race, but it could be a German podium. A German 1, 2, 3, but Cat Racer is the fastest German out of all. In the Williams, getting pole position with a 15.7, and Felix only 30 thousandths, 15.8. Jeremy in P3 with a 15.9, and we get into the 1/16 with Shamul in P4 and Edwin just 5,000 behind. He gets P5. Sully again in P6, PC Willy in P7, Jonathan in P8, and Bazooka closes the last spot in P9. So the positive side is that if you screw up so badly, you still get 2 points. That's the most positive side we can get out of this race. And there we go. Nice and sunny. It can rain in Australia, but it actually doesn't rain that often when race day comes, so it should be dry. Well, I'm expecting dry. I don't think I got a weather report by the drivers. Yeah, I didn't. But anyway, I'm still expecting a dry one. So let's see if the drivers are doing some minor setup changes between park frame. Again, like I said, between qualifying and race, you need very different things from your car. So maybe we will see some changes. Well, but most importantly, the strategy, because tire wear is not exactly easy at this track. You really need to manage, especially the fronts. Well, given how fast this track got in the last couple of years, you need to manage those fronts. So 99% it will be a medium hard or a hard medium. It depends on what the drivers think is optimal around here, but we will see in just a moment. I said just a moment, but we're waiting for more than a moment, so I need these drivers to hurry up. Well, they're chatting about fuel. They're not sure about how much fuel to put in a tank. But there we go, they finally figured it out. And for the first season, for the first round of season 15, it's lights out, 10 away we go. Here in Australia, Cat Racer on pole position, which gets a very good start from Felix, who is still trying to pull alongside, but he has to back out. So Cat Racer maintains the lead. Edwin going slightly off track, but he still maintains P5, and PC with not a great start. Sully gets P7, so Jonathan actually has a great start, but Bazooka with a massive stand. But he stays in P9, a massive mistake from Bazooka. I think he might have got win damage. No, he hasn't. But Felix jumping out to P4, what happened? He was ghosting, so he might have had an oversteer moment, but I don't know. Felix is down in P4, and Shamul gets P3 very, very quickly. But now Felix already goes side by side, using that energy to claim back P3, and let's see the tires real quick, because it's mediums for everyone except for Shamul, who is starting on the hards. But now Felix losing that P2, now in P3, 6 tenths between Cat Racer and Jeremy, as well between Jeremy and Felix. So Felix needs to improve on that, and so does Jeremy. They absolutely cannot afford to lose the DRS, which is gonna be enabled on this lap immediately, and with 4 DRS zones, they just need to keep to be in that 1 second gap, and it should be easy to maintain that, but they need to position themselves on the start of the DRS zones. But anyway, DRS is enabled on lap 2 out of 29 laps that are expecting us of racing here in Albert Park. Jeremy has recovered already nicely, 2-3 tenths between him and Cat Racer, so he's already chasing the race leader as much as possible, as close as possible. Edwin also tailgating Shamul. Shamul on hard, and we can see already him dropping DRS to Felix ahead, so this might be a good chance for Edwin to try and make up a position. Shamul already does not have DRS. Edwin does, and he gets past very nicely on the outside line just before turn 9, and Car Chaser losing position to Jeremy. Jeremy taking the lead. I think that might have happened just before turn 9, and Felix has a very fast run on Car Chaser ahead, so already dropping the DRS from Edwin behind, 1.1 seconds separating Edwin and Felix. So now this top 3 is gonna give it absolutely everything, and with DRS enabled they are gonna open the rear wing, I think, pretty much every time they get in the DRS zones, 4 times a lap. So yeah, expecting many overtakes. Now Sully, he's trying to take the slipstream from Jonathan as much as possible, and almost faking a drive on the inside, just showing up in his mirrors, but obviously not enough. But let's see, does he have the better run around turn 3? PC Willy with a look, and Sully with more than a look on a dive on the inside, and still wheel to wheel. Sully and Jonathan go around turn 4 and now 5. Sully gets the position after Jonathan, now in P6. So he needs to chase Sean Mull, which is gonna be fairly easy given the compound difference. Car Chaser has 2 tenths, 1 tenth, barely a tenth. Now he gets past Jeremy. Car Chaser is on the inside with the DRS. It's a very easy pass. So Cart back into the lead. The Williams leading this pack, and with a slight oversteer moment on the curb, but he keeps it on track. And that gap is getting bigger and bigger. Now it's 1.7 seconds. Shamul, he's trying to hold on as much as he can. Well, we got 3 different groups. We got the top 3, and peacefully with a massive send on Jonathan, the Red Bull trying to find a gap on the inside of the V-Cab. Maybe a switchback. Does PC Willy have a better exit? Not quite. They both have DRS, so PC Willy not exactly with a good enough move to make an overtake. But I was saying, we got 3 groups. We got the top 3, then we got the midfield, and then we got Bazooka pretty much just driving on his own at 2.4 seconds from PC Willy. Well, on that mistake on lap 1, that definitely cost him some time. But if he keeps it consistent, and also maybe if he has a better strategy, an undercut could work quite well around here. Maybe he can gain some time, but it's too early to tell, because now we are only focusing on the DRS trains, as Jeremy is 2 tenths behind Kat, and he already goes on the outside line just before turn 9. The Mercedes back into the lead, so these two exchanging position very often, and Felix following just behind, just waiting and trying to get close to see, but Jonathan crashed. We have a retirement, and we have a safety car as well on lap 4. Jonathan has lost it on the exit of turn 10. I didn't see the accident, but I'm fairly confident he spun and got the wall on the right hand side. And on lap 4 we already have the medium runner splitting with a full core safety car. So Jeremy, Car Chaser, and Felix and Sean Mull, well, everyone is splitting. There's no point in staying out. But Sean Mull is kind of screwed, because if he had started on the mediums, he would have got on the hards now and got a perfect stint to try and go to the end, but now he's forced to go to the mediums, and well, now he needs a gamble. Now he needs to do a quite big gamble. Go with the mediums to the end, or try a double stop. Either way, he's screwed, because starting on the mediums was just the best choice. He was the only driver to not do that, and look at where he ended up now. But indeed, on lap 5, the safety car is already out, so it's already a free pit stop for everyone. Well, obviously with 9 cars, now 8 cars, everyone has caught up very quickly, but the safety car still needs to to drive 2 laps at least. That's the bare minimum he has to do. So yeah. I'm actually curious about what Shamou is gonna do. Is he gonna pit again? No, he doesn't. So he's committed to keeping those mediums. With this side of a pack, you will lose only 3 positions. Because I was thinking, he did the mandatory change, so he might have gone on the slightly older hards so that he could easily go to the end and not losing that many positions. I don't know, I think it could have been a viable option, but apparently no, he's staying committed to those mediums, so let's see what can he pull through tonight. And we did see the banner on the top right, on the top of the screen, a safety car in this lap. So Jeremy will be the one leading the start. And Bazaka just almost spun during the restart, but he has caught up. So let's enable the telemetry, because we are gonna see when does Jeremy start. Not yet, around turn 12. The safety car is very close, so I think this might be a very late restart. Now in second gear. Turn 13, does he go on the exit? No, he still weaves, so he's gonna go after the last corner. Third gear now, still weaving, still trying to catch Car Tracer off guard, but now he has gone. He has gone, and Car Tracer has reacted very well, so not exactly a lot Jeremy could have done with this start, but Felix has reacted even better. It's only 1 tenth, it's barely a tenth between the two of them. Let's see if Felix with the 16 is gonna try and make a move already on first lap of the restart. No, he backs out, he decides to be more cautious. But I'm gonna be interested in what Sean Moore can do, because now he has the tire advantage from everyone. He has the faster tires, so let's see if he can pull off some overtakes, and he's already doing that around turn 8 on the inside line, getting in position of Edwin. Felix and Car Tracer as well fighting for position as Felix moves up into P2 and Jeremy is still in the lead, but now it's a different driver chasing the race leader, Mercedes versus VCARB. The first time in this season we are gonna see this fight, and at the moment in lap 7 Jeremy is the one coming out on top of this fight, but very early, too early to judge, so we will see how the race goes. But now Felix has the slipstream and a chance to tuck in behind and chase him and overtake him on the best opportunity, which is gonna come very soon, because DRS will be enabled right now on lap 8, the second lap of the restart. It actually does not have DRS now after turn 2 because the detection point was earlier, but after turn 7, before the chicane, it will be a very fast section, so a very fast flyby from the vehicle to overtake the Mercedes. We will see that very, very soon. And at the moment, no mistakes are being made. Everyone in one big DRS train, chasing one another. And Felix has DRS enabled, but it's feeling the pressure from Car Chaser as well. Does Car Chaser go for a gap? No, he doesn't. There's not even a gap, as Felix just closed the door very smartly. But now Felix has the inside, he goes for a very tight gap before turn 11, and they make contact 3 wide into turn 11. Felix and Jeremy now fighting for P1, and Jeremy still keeps the lead of the race. Felix with a very brave dive bomb on the inside, very clean. There was some slight wheel bang in between the two of them, but they kept it very clean indeed. Sean Moll with a little bit of slide, he lost some time, but now let's see, does Felix go for the move once again? Yes, he does. Just before turn 1 he gets the lead, and he will keep DRS on the rundown to turn 3, so Jeremy might be under attack from Car Chaser and Sean Moll. Does Car Chaser attempt something? No, he doesn't. What about PC Willie? Ooh, very close, taking the curb in turn 3, but not losing the car, luckily for him. But now the closest gap between two cars is Car Chaser and Jeremy. 1/10.5. They will all have DRS, so Felix might be in trouble here. He might be under attack by 2 or 3 hungry cars behind. And Jeremy takes the outside line. Nothing he could do about that, so Jeremy reclaims the lead just before turn 9. And Felix still does not have DRS, because it's 4 DRS zones but 2 detection point, so that adds a lot of strategy in where you want to overtake, because you have to keep that in mind. But Car Chaser going slightly deep, and Edwin in contact. He's down in P8 after going deep on the braking. I think he might have touched the Sean Moll. And now he's down into P8 and trying to overtake Bazooka to claim back P7, but Car Chaser and Felix as well battling again, and Felix keeps P2, Car Chaser behind, but he still has DRS, so does Felix, but no, Car Chaser goes back to the normal racing line in P3, chasing one of his old rivals. It used to be his rival back on F1 23, but now Felix's rival is Jeremy. And Felix, this is his 5th time in a row where he's trying to win his 5th championship, and he hasn't done that. But let's see, 5th time, 5th title, maybe it can happen. I don't want to jinx anything, but we'll see. Now, Jeremy and Car Chaser changing position, and I think PC Willie as well will move on Sully probably. Edwin gets a penalty, Felix again, and ooh, into the gravel he goes. Massive mistake from the Aston Martin there, and not exactly optimal for him, but Felix has taken the lead actually, so Jeremy now is in P2 and Car Chaser in P3, and his teammate on the mediums still committed to that compound in P4. Now Sully and PC Willie, I think he might have had a big slide out of turn 14, so that's why he lost quite a big chunk of time. Let's see if Jeremy with the DRS is gonna attempt something on the inside. No, way too brave. Would have been way too aggressive to do that, so he just sticks behind, waits for the more optimistic DRS zone, the most likely one to put an overtake. Now Jeremy, he actually takes the inside line of turn 9, and he goes ahead very nicely, but actually Felix is gonna get overtaken by Car Chaser as well, and Sully and Sean Moll changing positions at the chicane, so Felix has been overtaken by 2 cars at once, so now he's down in P3. These 3 are exchanging positions every single lap, at every single corner. I have no idea who is gonna win this race. It's still a long way to go. Lap 11 out of train 9. Still lots of road left. A lot of kilometers to drive until the end of this race. So too early to try and predict anything, but oh boy, this is gonna be close to the finish line. Now Cuttracer has 2 tenths, so does Felix. Sully not exactly with 5 tenths. Felix taking all the slipstream possible and still not making a move. He prioritizes the slipstream and well, he doesn't want to lose time. He knows that if he battles with Cuttracer too much, they will lose time and lose the DRS to Jeremy, and obviously that's not what they want. Cuttracer surely will have the DRS to rotate Jeremy. Let's see if Felix will do the same though. But actually no, Cuttracer, he still stays behind. There's not enough of overspeed to do that. And it doesn't look like any different after turn 10. Edding gets yet another 3 second penalty for corner cutting. Well, with that mistake, he just completely compromised this result. But it's 2 points nonetheless. If he DNFs now, he still gets 2 points. But Felix actually had a slide, and now it's 5 tenths between him and Cuttracer. So this means that Sully might actually have a go at him. Edwin repeats, I think he's resigning, yes, 2 points only. No, actually 4 points because he's in P8. So now Sully has been given a chance to try and catch up to this top 3 ahead of him, to try and see if he can gain a podium together with his teammate. But it still looks like he's slightly lacking some pace. He wins in some corners but loses in the next one. We will see later on. Now Felix looks on the inside of Cuttracer, and let's see if he now he has a look on the outside as well, but no, Jeremy closed the door in a very smart way. But now Felix has a massive overspeed. He's on the outside line, and they go 3 wide. It's on 11. Felix with a slight lockup. Cuttracer on the inside, and with a massive slide from Sean Mulder. But Cuttracer nonetheless is in P4. Sully has made a move to be in P3. So currently it's a double Mercedes podium, but not a race win. They need that win already from round 1. They know that they cannot afford any mistakes. So they will not give an easy challenge to Felix. Jeremy still behind, and obviously it's too early to make a move around here. And we got 5 cars with 3 tenths between one another. And then we got Shamul dropping all the way back 1.2 seconds from Piswili. But got 2.4 seconds from Shamul. But this top 5 is one of the closest I have ever seen. Now Jeremy has the inside, so he gets ahead for the lead of the race. And Sully have a go at Felix. He has the DRS on the outside line. They go wheel to wheel through the chicane, and they still keep it clean. No contact made by Felix being forced to go on the curb. And it might have been a checking me warning. And Cuttracer out of nowhere, he's having a go. Felix with a he gets stopped. He gets stopped by Piswili, and has a slide as well. That might be a penalty from the stewards in the case of Piswili, because he has caused Felix almost losing the RS. 9 tenths between the two of them. Cuttracer has a look around on the outside of Sully on the last corner, and he gets into P2, and he still has the RS from Jeremy ahead. But now Felix will definitely need to recover those positions as soon as possible, because it was almost a race-ending maneuver from Piswili there. That was very dangerous indeed. But luckily he has kept it on track, and he can still have a go to try and get that podium and maybe even that race win. Once again, 3 tenths from Sully ahead. That's the closest gap we have so far. Oh, but Felix actually taking quite a lot of curb, and it might have been another track limits warning. So in the case he has 2 warnings, he needs to be extremely careful. He needs to push, yes, because he needs to recover those positions and not lose time, because Sully definitely looks like one of the slower cars in this pack because he keeps losing the RS. So Felix is not gonna lose any time, but he still make contact. And oh, another contact, and now Sully got wing damage. Rear-ending Felix. And he has no end plates at all on the left and the right hand side as well. And Felix has lost the RS. 1.7 seconds. This is crucial. And another sliding into the wall he goes. And wing damage for Felix as well. He drops down all the way into P6 as Bazooka overtakes him. And now Felix is missing an end plate as well. And a costly mistake by him. He's gonna lose so many points from the race leaders and the podium contenders. So now P-Willy is in contention for the podium, but he has win damage as well. In the span of like 1 minute, we got 3 cars with wing damage. That's not exactly the most ideal racing I've seen. Sully gets a penalty for track limits, so he hasn't been careful enough. Well, obviously, he's losing a lot of downforce from that half a front wing he has. Well, he only has the wing itself. The end plate are just completely gone. Yeah, and just look at that understeer. And now Shamul pitting. So he went for a double stop on a fresh set of mediums, but he got a track limit penalties. So with 14 laps to go, soon to be 13, it is Jeremy who is currently leading this race. He has no front wing damage, neither does Cat Tracer. Well, P-Willy does, Sully does, Bazooka does not. So he's gonna try and defend this P5 from Felix. Felix has damage. But yeah, it will mainly be a fight between these two. Now it's 2 tenths. Obviously, but another rear handing. Now is Cat Tracer making contact with Jeremy on his gearbox. Felix has made a move to be back into P5 and try and be close to Sully for whatever he can try. Cat Tracer with a very easy pass, but it actually still goes side by side through to 9 and 10, and Cat Tracer actually backs out and downshifts all the way down to 5th gear to try and slow down the car as much as possible and not cause an incident. Well, they were going side by side just before the turning point, so it was a smart move from Cat Tracer to back out, but now he's almost tapping him, he's bum drafting him, and well, if you know Felix, we know that his past of bum drafting is not exactly clean. Well, this is not Felix, it's Cat Tracer, but I mean, we just have this meme of Felix bum drafting. But now Cat Tracer has the inside and gets the move down on Jeremy, and Jeremy goes off the track. So it might have been a track limit penalty or warning as well. Bazooka reclaims P5, so Bazooka is definitely not giving up on those points, those precious points, because he needs to maximize on the top runners making mistakes, and Felix is going deep as well. The front does not have enough downforce under braking, so going slightly deep on braking there. So now we have Jeremy chasing Cat Tracer, Sully chasing P-Willy, and Felix chasing Bazooka. For the rest, we have we just have Shamul on his own. But Cat Tracer has made a move once again. Actually, Jeremy has. Jeremy is back into the lead. Sully has the penalty, but he still has a chance of overtaking P-Willy on track. It's not going to be easy with that loss of downforce. So braking very early for turn 1 to try and keep it on track. Well, with the penalty is obviously not ideal for him, but at the same time he can hope for P-Willy to get a penalty too, so that maybe Sully still has a chance to finish. Bazooka into the wall! Bazooka with a mistake at turn 4, and now he's missing half a front wing as well. Well, just an end plate. Let's see how many cars have front wing damage. We got Bazooka, Felix, Sully. In the meanwhile, Jeremy losing position to Cut Tracer, but he still goes side by side. Just before turn 11, Jeremy is on the inside line, and Cut Tracer is trying to outbrake, and he still go wheel to wheel all the way down to turn 12, and Jeremy is ahead. So I was saying, let's see the cars that have damage. We got PC Willy, Sully, Felix, Bazooka, 4 cars out of 7. More than 50% of this grid has front wing damage. Lovely. Now Cut Tracer on the inside, so a very brave move, but he also knows that he's gonna have DRS because of that singular detection point. Bazooka into the pits to change the front wing, and Jeremy with a look to try and put pressure to Cut Tracer, but not succeeding in that. So with Bazooka pitting, Shamul is up into P6. So, well, yeah, just maximizing what he can for his teammate. Now it's 4 tenths between the two. Is it gonna be enough? DRS is enabled. Now it's 3. Now it's 2. And now it stays like that. Let's see the exit out of 10 though, because that might be crucial. DRS is enabled again. But not yet. Too far, so he's gonna have to wait. And we have 10 laps remaining to the end of this race. We still have Jeremy chasing Cut Tracer hardly for that race win, and Sully somewhat chasing PC Willy for that podium. And then other than that, we have just 3 cars driving on the road. No overtakes are being made yet, so everyone is playing it safe. It looks like they don't want to take any unnecessary risk. They know that there are many, there are more easy overtaking spots than the hard ones, so it's just not worth it to risk it. And there we go. This is probably gonna be an easy pass once again. Jeremy on the outside with the DRS. Do they go with wheel? No. Jeremy goes way ahead before the apex, so he's back into the lead, but with this swapping, going back and forth every lap, we currently cannot predict who's gonna be ahead on the last lap between these two. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Just be patient, just like the drivers are being patient now with their overtakes, because it's surely gonna be played out on the last lap to see who is gonna attack and who is gonna defend. And this is something that you actually have to plan strategically. If you know your car, your opponent, the track, you know when it's better to attack and when it's better to defend. So you know where to position yourself and to try and decide if you are gonna make the move to be in P1 or stay in P2 to overtake later on. 22 out of 39, 8 laps left. And Cut Tracer is just completely flying by the Mercedes of Jeremy, but actually they go side by side through turn 9 and 10, and Cut Tracer gets ahead, keeping that position on the outside line, then the inside line, but still wheel to wheel throughout the entire chicane. That's a very lovely move. So Cut Tracer is back into the lead, but again, no matter how beautiful that overtake was, it does not matter. It's soon to be 7 laps to the end, so well, they just overtaking each other to avoid losing time, because the real battling will come on the final laps. And Jeremy, with a massive fake dive, on the inside and backing out under braking at the last possible moment. We still have Sully trying his best to chase PC Willy. He's obviously hoping that he gets a penalty, because otherwise there's no point in trying to overtake him. But look at that, he lost so much time through turn 6 and 7. Now the race leader is swap position once again. Jeremy takes the lead. So let's actually check their energy levels, because they are very conservative. They're not using almost any battery. They just want to save it for the final laps, both for Jeremy to defend and Katjes to attack. But actually Jeremy had a little bit of a wobble out of turn 2, and that allows Katjes to go around the outside, but he made contact, and that was close. That was very close to almost race ending incident, or just winning contention ending incident. It was very close. We catches with a brave move around the outside of turn 3. So he gets the lead with a very creative way, but now he will be subject to DRS from Jeremy just behind. But they still keep it side by side through the inside chicane, and now Jeremy takes the lead, taking the inside line for the last part of the chicane. Lots of momentum. He was definitely faster and got the position. But we are approaching the end of this race. 6 laps left, almost 5. But look at that, Jeremy has actually dropped out from Katjes a little bit. Sully and PC Willy changing position, but it's not gonna do anything. Oh, actually no, because PC Willy, I think PC Willy might have had a mistake, because he's suddenly 2 seconds behind Sully. So this is a great chance for Sully to try and extend this gap. It's gonna be very difficult, but it's the best chance he's got to try and be above those 3 seconds and keeping that podium. Let's see how it goes. And at the moment no one is inside the DRS. Felix might just barely be inside the DRS, but there we go. The commentator curse as Sully gets another penalty, so there's just no point in defending. I think he might just drop to P5. Yeah. So it's these two once again. Katjes has DRS. We are starting. Lap 26 out of 39. 4 laps left. 2 tenths. DRS enabled. It's not gonna be a move in zone 3. Just stay behind. Stay behind and wait. Because patience is one of the most important skills these drivers can have and can apply to the racecraft. Be patient. Don't take unnecessary risks. 1 tenth and a half. Barely a tenth, less than a tenth. DRS is enabled. Katjes has the outside line. They still go wheel to wheel for the chicane. Will they keep it wheel to wheel once again? And yes, they will, even on the exit, as Jeremy maintains P1. Very beautiful done. Sully drops down PC Willy, and Felix is gonna overtake him as well soon. So now this is actually a chance for Felix to overtake PC Willy since he's close to the DRS. So 3 cars with DRS fighting effectively for the podium. Sean Mull is into the pits. I think he's gonna go for a fastest lap. And now we can see Felix choosing the inside line before turn 9. He stays all the way on the left hand side, but Sully is still battling that. Sully, he's still defending that, even with the penalty. But Felix is not giving up. He still has the DRS side by side with Sully. Now he finally gets P4, and Sully almost looked at it on the inside. So Felix with another snap, but now he has a chance to be back on the podium. Him and PC Willy, they both have damage, they both have the same strategy, same component, same tire age. Catches gets ready once again on the penultimate lap. These two are still giving it absolutely everything they can. Well, actually, not everything, because they're got Tracer with a lockup, but he keeps it. He's still on track, he's still safe. But that might have been a very costly mistake for his race win. So these two are, well, not giving it everything because they are saving some important energy and attacking and defending and all the stuff for the last laps. But we actually got a fight in the, well, in technically the midfield, but also the back of the field. I'm not sure how to call it. Catches and Jeremy once again, so this is gonna be very crucial. They go with Will, but who's gonna be ahead in the first DRS zones? And he looks at the playing game, but catches it with a spin, and they make contact with each other, and they go into the gravel, but they don't get overtaken by anyone. But Catcher has dropped down significantly to Jeremy. Now it's 1.1 seconds. I am not sure if he's gonna have DRS. He still has. He has DRS, and it's 1.1 seconds between the two of them. A controversial penultimate lap, trying to play DRS games. So now Kart Racer is gonna push to the absolute limit, because we are on the last lap, and Jeremy is gonna try and defend as much as he can for that race win. And Catches will have a massive advantage with the DRS, but let's see, is he gonna be, Catches with a big wobble, he's absolutely pushing the car to the limit, because he needs this win. He needs to go as fast as he can, even risking track limits. Bazooka gets track limits, but Cat Chaser does not yet at least. We have a yellow flag. Bazooka just straight line the wall into zone 1 for some reason, but Cat Chaser, he's still chasing Jeremy as close as he possibly can. DRS now, turn 9 and 10. Felix makes the move on PC Willy, so Felix is back into the podium. But what about the race winners? Because Cat Chaser is pushing Jeremy with a massive send into the, but he goes very deep and off the track. He goes onto the curb, so Jeremy with a very easy task for him to defend this race win. He has lost on a left hand plate as well, but Cat Racer absolutely selling it. He was not enough, so now it is Jeremy to win the Australian Grand Prix, the season opener for season 15. He gets those 25 points. Cat Racer, he tried to push to its best on the final lap, but it was not enough. P2 for him, and Felix with some troubles here and there, but he actually managed to still claim a podium in P3. So It is a German 1-2-3, different from the qualifying results, but a German podium nonetheless. PC Willy, I think PC Willy is German too, now that I think about it. But yeah, on his return to Division 1, he gets a very respectable P4, so I don't think he's gonna be mad about that one. He can bring it home, 12 points. But now we will see the podium for despite this grid, only 9 drivers, but despite that, what a battle this was for the win and for the podium. But it's the Mercedes driver, the German driver for the German team. It is Jeremy taking a win for the first round in season 15 here in Australia, and Kart Racer, who looks like to be back into his form. Let's see if he can actually be a title contender this season. He was, and he did win the title for 3 seasons straight. Last season it wasn't that way, but let's see if he can do it this season, because it's also 19 points with the fastest lap, but he loses pole position and finishes in P2, and Jeremy climbing from P3 to the race win, and Felix closes in P3. PC Willy is Scottish. I thought he was German for some reason. But yeah, he closes in P4, Sully in P5, and Shamol in P6, Bazak in P7, Edwin in P8, and Jonathan crashing early in the race. He still gets 2 points for VCARB. Mercedes is very comfortably leading the standings after this round, but obviously there's no point in making any predictions after round 1. Absolutely everything can still happen, especially on this season calendar, because this calendar is particular. It is it's something, but I'm not gonna spoil it, so I'm just gonna say the round for next week, which is gonna be Austria. So, well, two tracks, both with lots of DRS zones and DRS trains. So yeah, probably like Australia, but with more elevation change, less corners, but still a lot of DRS. So yeah, that's gonna be round 2 for Division 1 next Saturday. But before that, I will hopefully see you watching the stream for Division 2 for Australia as well. Wednesday, gonna be commentated by either Felix, Jonathan, or Phantom Fox. We will see how it goes. So yeah, the next appointment is Wednesday for Division 2 and Saturday for Division 1. Same time as always, 7:30 p.m. UK. I will wait you for the stream. I will hope that you watch it. So until that, it's a goodbye from me, BS Gabri, your commentator, and we will see you next week. Goodbye to everyone, and again, round 2 Austria next time in Division 1.